2 weeks ago, we brought you the first round pairings of the high school playoffs. This week, we will review highlights from the first round of the playoffs and talk about the second round brackets. All of that and much more coming up after this on AHSAA TV Weekly.
This is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Amanda brand gas furnaces are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. So this baby is true red, white, and blue.
Welcome back, everyone, to AHSAA TV Weekly. Let's jump right in now to some of the incredible highlights that we saw in last week's first round of the high school playoffs. If you have a highlight to submit from one of your games, send it to David Holtzford at the email address on your screen. Now let's get right into it. We opened this week's AHSAA highlights by looking in on Fort Payne High School's broadcast production of the Wildcats' 45-28 win over Mortimer Jordan. How thankful we are to executive producer Steve Black and his students for bringing us these highlights. Caden DeBose rushed for 184 yards and 4 touchdowns to lead the Wildcats to the 45-28 win. Quarterback Dax Varnamore completed 23 of 33 passes attempted for 182 yards and a touchdown. And they did it in style as we see one of the most unusual formations in high school history. The Wildcats go in on circles and then spread out and shift, resulting in a touchdown pass to tight end Carter Tinker from Varnamore. What a fun play. The Wildcats move on to the second round of the 6A playoffs this week to face Muscle Shoals. We check out another super high school production at Gadsden City where the Titans are taking on Gardendale in another Class 6A playoff first round game. Everybody's been talking about talented senior Dre Kirkpatrick Jr., son of Gadsden's own Alabama and NFL great Dre Kirkpatrick. With this interception and return, and we can all understand why they're all talking about him. He takes this interception through a lot of traffic for an 80-yard pick six. Gadsden City coach Ali Smith has a lot of talent on this Titans team. Check out Carell Yao taking this handoff near his own end zone and turning it into a 92-yard touchdown run. He finished the night with 123 yards rushing, and Gadsden City moved on to the second round to face Hartselle this week with a 44-14 playoff win over the Rockets. Staying in Class 6A, we check in on Helena High School's playoff opener at home against Wetumpka, played last Thursday night. Running back Jordan Washington had a monster night, rushing for 347 yards and 6 touchdowns on 34 carries, as we check him out here on a couple of his most amazing runs. He also caught 2 passes for 60 yards and even threw a touchdown pass for 23 yards. He finished with 430 total yards on the night as Helena downed Wetumpka 58-28 and advanced to play undefeated Hillcrest Tuscaloosa this week in round 2. We now head south to Mobile County, where we check on the defending Class 6A state champions Saraland Spartans and visiting McAdory Yellow Jackets. Reigning Mr. Football Ryan Williams is only a junior. Bad news for Saraland's opponents. And he had another spectacular night with 194 all-purpose yards. He had 9 catches for 99 yards and topped off his night with this spectacular punt return of 87 yards as he weaved past everyone on the field to score the touchdown. Quarterback KJ Lacey finished with 192 passing and 2 touchdowns as Saraland won its 16th game in a row, beating McAdory 54-14. Coach Jeff Kelly's Spartans now advance to face Briarwood Christian on the road in the second round. We close this segment with history-making Class 5A first-round playoff battle played in Clay County between UMS Wright and Central of Clay County. The coaches on each sideline, Terry Curtis for UMS and Danny Horn for Central, represent the state's 2 most winningest football coaches in AHSAA history, a first for the AHSAA. Both Hall of Fame coaches have won more than 350 games, each lost 97, and both have been coaches for 35 years. And they've both built their program on the premise that great defense wins championships. They wrote the book with 8 state titles each, and this game turned out to be the prime example. We see UMS Wright's William Taylor bullying just across the goal line from the 1-yard line for the game's only touchdown as the Bulldogs escaped 7-0 as UMS Wright advanced to round 2 to face Headland this Friday night.